Yes.
After all, it's her baby, even though it's your grandchild.
Yeah.
It's her baby.
Sometimes we struggle with the baby. She wants to
tell me about that.
she's not having enough bond. That's a complaint. I'm possessing her child. I said yes. It's been a while that I've carried a baby that I'll call mine. It's just like the baby is mine.
You're possessing your grandchild.
Yes.
Here's my friend. She's Jumoke and Tobi. We used to speak about our children in those days.
Yeah.
But now we speak about our children and our grandchildren. On the day I chatted with Jumoke about the support she gives her daughter Tobi with childcare, I also had the privilege to have a separate chat with Tobi on the support she receives from her mother in her childcare journey. And now it's my privilege to present the two separate chats and one that I had with them together. What do you tell yourself?
Just like she raised me, it's okay. She raised me, she raised my siblings, we turned out fine, it's okay.
Your role is going to be more effective when you have a good communication with your own child. Because if both of you are not in a good terms, it will be difficult for both of you to stay together to take care of the grandchild. When you have a good relationship, it's going to help a lot. If I say something today and I discover it doesn't go well with her, then I don't repeat it or go back to that. I want to do what she's gonna like. So
great points there.
Yeah,
great points as discussing with her and finding out what she likes and how she wants to do it, because after all, it's her baby, even though it's your grandchild. It's her baby.
Sometimes we struggle with the baby. She wants to
tell me about that.
she's not having enough bond. That's a complaint. I'm possessing her child. I said yes. It's been a while that I've carried a baby that I'll call mine. It's just like the baby is mine.
You're possessing your grandchild.
Yes.
That was for the first one, right?
Yes.
What about now that the second one is here? Is it still the same feeling?
Yeah, now she knows that the work is tough. So now I told her, you're gonna beg me even to carry baby more.
Maybe she should get you some more.
Yeah.
so that you two will have more.
I am ready. I don't know about her. I'm ready.
So talking about how you agree with her, things are now different. So when it comes to those points of differences, how do you come to an agreement? Or what do you do when the way she sees it is different from the way you see it, or the way you see it, the way you did it is different from the way she likes to do it? Sometimes if I'm doing it the way she doesn't want, she will just walk away and say, so like when I'm bathing baby, she will say, oh mommy, that's not necessary, when I'm using hot water. Like to just press the baby's body so that the way we do it. The original Nigerian way. Yes. She doesn't really see why I should do that. And then I'll say, well, that's the way I did yours. And you are good. So sometimes she will just walk away. She's not afraid that you break her baby's bone. She's not. That you do anything. But she's not saying it. She's not saying the reason. She doesn't see the need. For that. Why I should do it. But we are used to that. We are African mamas. So we are used to that. So I still do it. So she doesn't argue with me. She's okay with it. Yes. It's just a comment for her to say, oh mom, why are you doing that? It's not necessary. And I'll say, oh, that's the way I did yours. And then so there are some other few things like that. She will just you two are getting on very well from the way I'm seeing it. Can you share any memorable moments with your grandson? Yes. I think I have some memorable moments that like when I just saw him, being able to pronounce some things by himself, and especially when he now said grandma. Whoa, that was a really
big one for me. I was like, oh wow,
And
yes.
you're now being called grandma.
Yes, that you
Wow,
can say, oh,
authentic
grandma. Oh, I was really, really. So it's something that is memorable for me that I cannot even, forget.
I know you say you see them every day.
Yeah.
So when you are in their home helping them,
Yeah.
or sometimes they bring him to your
Yeah.
own home.
Yeah.
But you are with them
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, almost every day.
And you go to work.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask, how do you take care of yourself?
Okay.
How do you keep healthy, take care of your well-being, your other relationships,
Okay.
while supporting your daughter and her?
Okay, like I said, myself and my daughter, we are quite close. So she knows when tired, when I need rest. She's always saying, Mom, you need rest. And what she does is that she will book me for some, to go and do my nails.
Oh, yeah.
She will book me to go do spa. And then sometimes she knows I like,
Tobi,
all this.
if you're watching this, well done. Come on, thank you for taking good care of my friend.
She knows that once in a while I like eating some, finger thing like snacks. She can just order it for me and then say, Mom, you need to rest. She's always checking up on me as per that and making sure I'm resting. So she'll just say, Mom, we can, take care of ourselves.
Okay.
At this point, you need rest.
So she gives you some days off.
Yes. So she will say, Mom, in fact, she will call me from work sometimes that, oh, Mommy, just go home straight. You need to rest. So I have enough rest most of the time. I don't really stress myself. When you enjoy what you are doing,
That's true.
you don't see it as stress.
Of course.
So that's the way I, relax myself. And by listening to music, they know I love songs a lot, dancing. So
Yeah, you want to do
most
some
of
dance
the
steps?
if you put the music that I love, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that for you.
Beautiful. Now, Tobi is one of your 4 children. You still have 3 others. So how do you keep your relationship with the others? Because you go to work, you come back, you go to Tobi's house. So how do you do so that the others don't feel, oh, where is my mommy? My sister has taken away my mother.
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah. You know what? We somehow in my family, we are very, very close and attached to each other. Most of the time when I'm with Tobi, they'll do video call. We talk together. Even the boys, we talk together, check the baby, smile. We stay on phone, on video call for a long time. So even when I'm not at home, they don't feel it because we're talking. So, and when I get back home, I continue with my boys. So
yeah.
most of the time we are still together somehow, and with the others.
That's true. And I know that all of these are not without the help of Grandpa, who isn't with us at this moment. But can you say a few things about Grandpa's role in all of this?
Oh wow, that's really, really,
Grandpa and Joshua.
Yeah, he has been a very, very, very caring father, and even grandpa, and even husband. Having this grandchildren now, it has really even brought us together to be more closer to it, because most of the time he's asking, and when he's around, he's rushing there, over the weekend he's rushing, and sometimes he will be the one to demand,
rushing to go and see
to go and see
grandchildren.
Sometimes he will be the one to demand that the baby should come and sleep over. He is there, he's feeding the baby. The baby will not
changing the
of course, he does that. So he has been, even the daughter too, they're always commending him that, oh, Dad, Grandpa, you are doing well. And the baby, even though he's not around all the time, the baby is very, very close to
Attached
him,
to his
attached
grandpa.
to him. Yes. Once he sees him, is the type that doesn't really go with strangers. But once he sees his grandpa, even though it's been few days apart that they didn't see each other, he's coming to him straight away. So he has been a very, very good and supportive grandfather. Yeah, yeah.
There's the man in the other house.
Yeah.
Your grandchildren's dad, your
yeah.
son-in-law.
Yes.
And you can't really be in and out of the home if he wasn't a part of this whole relationship. Do you want to speak a little about that?
Yeah, I call him my son. He's very appreciative. All the time, Mom, thank you. Toby said you did this, you did that. He's very, very appreciative, and he's very welcoming. You know, he's a good host. He loves family around him. So, and he's a very caring father too, very caring son-in-law. Even sometimes when I complained, there was a time I complained about my wrist. Immediately he went to buy me the brace, and all the time I cannot say any, I can't really see his shortcomings. I just see him that he's a good son. He's a good father. He's a good brother to my sons and to my daughter. So they see him as, in fact, my other daughter calls him brother.
Wow.
So
you are so blessed. I thank God for you.
Thank you.
Are there ways you provide emotional support to your daughter in this season of life?
Like, is what I've been used to. I've always done that, even before. All the time, I want to see her happy. The only thing I see makes me feel somehow is maybe when I go there, and there is always sleepless nights when you are taking care of babies. Maybe they didn't sleep well in the night, and of course when babies are not sleeping, that means there is no sleep for you too as a mother. So when I get there and I see her that she looks tired, I'm not too happy about that. I'll just put myself in her shoes, that she has not had a good sleep. She knows whenever my mom comes around, I'm going to be happy. Everything will change.
Reliable mommy.
Yes.
Yes,
that's how we've been. That's how we've brought ourselves up. There is a kind of bonding between us. When she sees me, like maybe baby has been being maybe troublesome, wanting this, wanting that, when I go there, I'll say, see, everything is stages in life. You will soon overgo this, and you will have more time to rest. I have been through that.
She knows.
Yeah, so it's the normal thing. So you don't get overwhelmed with things like that. So, and that has been helping her. Okay, you are passing each stage every day. So that gives her more confidence to say, okay, I'm a mother, I got to face it.
Have you found any difference in your relationship with Toby since you started supporting her with her children?
Yeah, I would say yes, because she now appreciates all the effort I've been putting in. She's always like, Mom, how are you doing? Mom, you've really tried. How have you been coping? Mommy, you are a strong woman. How did you do? For only this one self, I will run away. I say,
before the second one.
she's now, seeing that, this thing is not, she appreciates me more. She doesn't, argue with me too much. Yeah. We've been very close. Even when she was in school, it's closer, because she now, see the importance of her mom in her life. You see, it's more, clear to her.
And she sees herself as a mother.
Yes, as a mother, and she's like, Mom, I've not even, Mommy, before you think about this, before you think about that, how are you coping? You have this, your work is there, you do that, you think about my own children, think about your own children, So she's saying that, it's not a joke. It's not a small tax to be a mother. So she's more appreciative. So, and most of the time, what comes to my mind is, if I were to be the mother-in-law to her, am I going to understand that she needs help? Am I going to understand that?
Here I am with Tobi. Tobi is my friend's daughter, who I would call my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, in those days we used to always meet up with your mom, and we'll be talking mother gist. And so on. Now, when your mom and I meet, we're talking about your children.
Yeah.
And I thought I would love to have some chat with you about how that has been for you. So first, Tobi, would you love to chat about how it is being a mother? Look at my baby, she's a mother.
Yeah, I think motherhood has definitely made me appreciate women more. It's kind of giving me an insight to understanding what my mom has been throughout her life. And yeah, it has been a truly humbling experience and just rewarding. Yeah, that's what I would say.
When you say humbling, what do you mean?
In terms of things I thought I would never do as a mom.
Tell me more, like what?
And judging other people, and now I get to understand. But just in terms of, let's say, a woman needs some time for herself after being with kids all day, and I used to think I would be with my kids all the time, or I would want to be with my kids all the time. But now I'm understanding that mothers have their own lives as well, and sometimes you need that time for yourself to just rejuvenate.
And did you try to be with your son all the time? At any one point, you can be sure that question is on a lead. Chatted to your mom anyway. Because I chatted to your mom earlier, yeah?
Yeah.
So you really wanted to with your son. And
I was very attached because I was just marveled that a child could come out of me. It is so. I remember continuously staring at my child and saying, "This came out of me," like still trying to wrap my head around it. But I was so attached. In that moment, I felt in my heart that I had to just be with him all the time.
Yeah. And that was your first child, right?
Yes.
Now you're a mother of two.
Yes.
Tell me, is there any difference between Joshua, the first one, and now Jordan?
I think just missing Joshua a lot, because I have to give a lot of my time to Jordan and hoping that Joshua understands. It's been quite easy, the transition from 1 to 2 as compared to having an entire newborn. It's like, I know what to do now, I know what to expect. It's just balancing between the 2 kids and making sure I'm giving them enough attention and enough love. So
Jordan, the younger one, would yearly feel his attention, right?
Yes.
In a way that you can hardly ignore.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure that Joshua isn't left out? How did it all go for? How has it all been for Joshua being big brother and having little brother take a lot of attention when he used to be the only one?
At first, it was quite difficult. He he didn't want to touch the baby.
Oh.
He would try to remove the baby's arms from me.
Oh.
And eventually we progressed into him just avoiding me and the baby. That was a little difficult because Joshua and I have such a strong bond.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always that guilt of, I don't know, for some reason, it's like, did I spend enough time with Joshua? Was Joshua ready to have another sibling? But I knew it would all work out because my sister and I have a similar amount of age gap.
That's like less than 2 years.
Yeah. My mom just always told me it's going to get better, like with time he'll adjust. And now he loves his brother so much. He's always kissing his brother, trying to carry him and all of that. So that's beautiful to see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, my mom said I was a little jealous for a while. And I don't know how long, but she said it wasn't as long as Joshua.
When Jordan came,
Yeah.
did you still feel the same way you felt about Joshua? Like, oh, this is my son, I want to have him with me all the time.
Absolutely. I feel like I still had the same feeling, but I knew that I couldn't do that. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that's the difference. I don't have that luxury anymore. I have to be there for Joshua as well. So yeah.
Speaking about it takes a village to raise a child, and you just talked about the help from your parents, your siblings. Can you speak more about the help you've received from your parents?
Oh, I've received, even starting from pregnancy on its own. And pregnancy, you have so many cravings and you want to eat this and eat that. I always just call my mom and, Mom, I feel like eating this and it's ready for me.
Thank you, Mom.
There was that constant support, constant checking up. How are you feeling? Do you need help with anything? So I already received so much love and support. I came back home from the hospital with food already made for me. I didn't have to worry. My mom was bathing my child. I was just resting. So I had the luxury of just resting, making sure I felt strong before taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
They were already in front of that for me, and I feel like that is priceless. You cannot buy that from anywhere. It's I remember my first baby, just coming back from the hospital, I found my parents in my home already praying and making sure the environment was good for us and just helping us up. I'm a little emotional, but I felt really loved and supported.
So blessed.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people don't have that same experience abroad. But yeah, I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, you're so blessed to live in the same city with your mom and dad.
Yeah.
So I'm also guessing that if you didn't, one or both of them may have flown in.
Absolutely.
Thinking about your relationship with your parents, becoming a mother, has it changed anything? Has it brought anything about your relationship with your mom, with your dad?
I feel like, we've always had a very good communication and good relationship.
Your mom said so.
Yeah, so yeah, in terms of love, I've always felt that, but we could relate more on things like the delivery process, and I would ask her, oh, what did you do in your time, and things like that. She's also my doctor and nurse. They're both my doctor and nurse. If the baby coughs in a certain way, I'm calling my mom, or sneezes in a certain way. So definitely more calls. In terms of my mom, and my dad is, just constantly checking up. Yeah. It's also beautiful to see the way they relate with your kids.
I'd like to hear about that.
Yeah, it's I never really, my mom has always been a strong figure. She's not too emotional, but she's so emotional with her grandkids.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to watch. You know, the way she hugs them or the way she even looks at them it's just so refreshing. It makes you feel like you've done something good in your life. So,
yeah, like you've done something for them.
Yes.
But you sometimes say, my mom, you didn't used to hold me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, sometimes I call my mom and the first thing is she's asking about her grandbabies before she's even asking about me.
Like, hey, come on, I'm somebody's daughter. Am I no longer somebody's child?
They are both so in love with their grandbabies, and
Daddy is as involved as mommy.
oh, so involved. Every minute or opportunity he gets to watch the babies, he's changing diapers, he's rocking them to sleep, anything and everything he can do. He's there. I'm very lucky. They're both.
Bet Grandpa has a special type of rocking.
Special, different kinds of games he plays with Joshua. I've never songs. Yeah, he has songs for them that I've never seen him do. He would stay up the night because my firstborn wasn't sleeping so well. He would sacrifice his sleep, stay up with the baby, and all that.
You have your family in your home a lot.
Yeah.
They're just like 15 minutes away. How does that work for your husband? What's like his relationship with them?
He loves them so much. He's always trying to impress them. So we kind of know the times when they come, and because everyone is on a schedule. But I always hear every Sunday after church. We kind of all just hang out together, and I think a few Sundays if they can't make it, he's like, oh, why did they come today? Or it's actually, it's like, oh, I was expecting them. Or so he's very free with them. He can be himself. They've been so accepting of him, and he's just so appreciative.
It's both ways.
Yes, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's my family, because they treat him like their son.
Have there been any challenges or areas of disagreements, slight disagreements in the support that you get from your
I mean, it's different generations, and she may believe some. For example, she always wears an innerwear for the baby before she wears his actual cloth,
because she thinks you'll be cold.
Cold, and I'm like, I think it's warm, and she's like, no, baby's cold. So I think in terms of that, when she's here, I let her just have her grandma time and do what works for her. But if I'm dressing him up, I just do what I feel is best. I mean, we're all working to the end, to the same goal. It's just different ways of doing things. So I just always remember that it's always coming from a place of love.
I love it.
And we make it work.
Yeah, I love that. So there are differences. Where you let her do her thing. So when you feel, oh, baby might be hot, what do you tell yourself?
Just like, she raised me, it's okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's what I tell myself.
That's so
she
sweet.
raised me, she raised my siblings, we turned out fine, it's okay.
Okay, let me ask you this. Just wondering if you've given thought to it. Do you anticipate any difference in the dynamics of the support you get from your parents as the children grow older?
Yeah, I definitely, when they're younger and they're more dependent, I do see them growing up and not needing grandma to change a diaper or things like that. I imagine that, when they reach the ages of 5, they're in daycare when I go to work. That was or in preschool or whatever. But I do want to keep the closeness they have with their grandparents. I'm going to make a conscious effort to always visit them. But yeah, as kids grow older, the less dependent they are on
parents and grandparents.
Yes.
On the parents, and much less dependent on grandparents.
Yeah.
Grandma, you've heard what Tobi has just said, which is our reality, that when the children grow older, they would get to a point where they would not need you
So much of
that. Yeah, they won't need that much of grandma any longer. Is that something you're thinking about already?
Yes, I'm thinking about it. I know that definitely there will be a time, since they are growing, and the only constant thing in life is change. So somehow, prepare for that. Like I said, Tobi is my first child, and I know she has other siblings, so definitely I'm sure
They will give you more grandchildren.
maybe more. I know I won't be bored, but I will definitely miss the normal things we do together.
That's
It
the
doesn't,
Joshua, Jordan, and others that she may bring for you.
So it doesn't
We didn't
mean,
talk about that.
it doesn't mean that I'll fully get used to not seeing them.
But of course, you'll
Of
still be
course,
seeing
I'll
them.
miss them.
She said she would make
Yeah,
sure,
but
because
children
I'm
too.
sure Tobi will be ready to share with
And
them.
then
She's a good big sister.
Tobi will understand, because I think she really loves her siblings. She will want.
I love.
Yeah, she wants her siblings. So
Okay,
much.
it's the way of speaking. It's her way of
So-
speaking. She knows you love them.
Yeah, she would want me to help them. She would want me to also stay with them if she can. If she knows that our children are grown up, there is need for me to stay with the other siblings that are younger. Other grandchildren that are younger. So I think she will understand. For me, I'm prepared for that time.
Or you'll be preparing.
Yeah.
Because I'll see your attachment to Joshua
By the grace of God,
and Jordan. So it's
Yeah.
something to be thinking
Yeah.
about. But for me, it's something I think about too. Like when I'm with my granddaughters, someday these girls won't need me the way they do now. So what I do is I throw my all into it, my best, like they are. Every other thing,
It doesn't matter.
no, every other thing goes around them, around my grandchildren. It's like my grandchildren first.
Yeah.
Sorry, children. Sorry, adult children. They are they will grow and they won't need me. Just like you guys grew and you left. And even before you left, there was a time you no longer needed us. Yeah. So there will be that time too. And it's good as grandparents that we start thinking about that early enough. And so put in the best we can now. So when I'm with Nathaniel, my mind thinks, oh, this guy will be 18 someday.
Yeah.
And he's just not going to need me the way he does now. You know, when you're feeding him and he's just looking into your eyes. You're changing him. He's like giving you all the smiles that he can. And I'm just soaking it all in. At the same time, from my experience of being parents, knowing that it has to be gradual release, releasing them gradually in our minds. You know what, ladies? I chatted to your mom before we came to your house. We were in there, but you just said like the same things that she said. When I asked her, you're going to watch the video, I won't spoil it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being such a loving daughter. And thank you, sis, for what a great friend you have been. God bless you both. In our upcoming videos, Jumoke shares her thoughts and plans for when she becomes a mother-in-law. For in addition to Tobi, she still has a daughter and 2 sons. We'll also have women share with us about their journey of being mother-in-law or daughter-in-law. You don't want to miss any of this. This will be in the new year. You may have to wait a bit as we will be taking our end of year stroke New Year break. But we'll be back sometime. So please subscribe to our channel if you haven't and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post the videos. We wish you Christmas overflowing with the joy of Jesus Christ, the King who came then and is coming back again. Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
Have a Happy New Year! Merry Christmas!